Hi, I'm Madonna Doyle, and may I invite you to journey with me along my musings and meditations. I call it a weekly guide for seeing things whole. Recently, I mused on a biblical story from Judges chapter 9, the story of the trees. The context was that a generation or so before, an ordinary man called Gideon, aka Jerubbaal, was selected by God to rescue his nation from their oppressors. A spectacular feat in that with only 300 insurgents, he was able to overpower the enemy's well-resourced military. A very prolific man, Gideon had 70 sons from his wives, and we know of one outside child with his mistress. When he died, the citizens forgot Gideon's heroism, and there was a power vacuum. It seems that none of his 70 legitimate sons was interested or perhaps capable of handling national leadership. And guess what? The outside son, Abimelech, conspired with his uncles on his mother's side. With his uncle's money and approval, Abimelech massacred 69 sons of Gideon, his half-brothers. The youngest, named Jotham, escaped, and with a little ounce of courage, Jotham climbed the hill and pronounced a curse in the form of a parable. That's the context. And here's the story of the trees. And I know I'll have to unpack this in another blog. The trees set out one day to select a king. They said to Olive Tree, "Rule over us." But Olive said, "Am I no longer good for making oil that gives glory to gods and men, and to be demoted to waving over trees?" The trees then went to Fig Tree and Vine, but got a similar response. Vine declared, "Am I no longer good for making wine that cheers gods and men, and to be demoted to waving over trees?" So the trees then said to Bramble, "You come and reign over us." But Bramble, we told them, "If you're serious about making me a king, come and find shelter in my shade. But if not, let fire shoot from me and burn down the cedars of Lebanon." I ask you, are we suffering from Bramble weed leadership? We'll talk about it on my musings and meditations. I'm Madonna Doyle. Will you join me?